Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the docking station. My name is Robert Leger. All right, today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the air compressor. As you know, I have this onboard tire compressor system to inflate tires and stuff. Now, what I have here is something that I've been working on for quite a few years. That was the Savior 250 PSI 2886 Express. And what this one here, this onboard tire compressor system is a little different than the other one. The other one you actually have to pull over and stop and inflate the tire just like you would do at a service station, and it's a very good quality compressor and it works fantastic for that application, and you could inflate other people's tires at the same time. Now this new compressor that I have that I've been working on, and I should have something for the rallies next year, at least in the prototype stage, and then we'll probably have to look for some orders. Well, this compressor here will actually inflate your tire while you're riding. It'll also maintain the air in the tire at this preset setting. Like if you whatever you set it, that's what it's going to kick in at. The compressor will start by itself and inflate the tire and keep it up at the right pressure. And if you hear your compressor starting up by itself too much, then you probably you should check your tires and find out, you probably have a bad leak or something because your compressor is always kicking in. The compressor will be able to inflate the tire stationary when the engine is stopped and not running, electrically. It'll be running electrically, and it'll also be able to be manually operated anytime. You could anytime put the switch on and inflate the tire, anytime manually. Now when it's rotating, when it's on the highway and you're doing it while you're riding, like say if you're riding down the road and you look at your tire and you feel that you want it to be a little bit more pressure in it, then you probably want to add the pressure on it. And if you do that, or if it goes into automotive move, like it'll keep it at 50 psi when you're going down the highway, and if you step on a nail, the compressor will do its best to keep up to the demand. And it's going to keep up because at high speeds, what you're doing is you're actually using the axle of the motorcycle to propel the compressor when it's activated. So you got lots of power behind that compressor, so you're gonna have no problem to maintain the air in that tire, because it's gonna produce a lot of air a lot faster than when it's on its little 12 volt 0.8 amp mode. You know what I mean? Now you're looking at like all the horsepower you want. I mean, it's going to be geared in such a way that it's going to produce a lot of air and very fast. So it'll probably be able to keep up to a pretty big hole in your tire, I think. Anyway, that's what we hope. So there you go. That's what's brewing here at the little dungeon or at the docking station. And one of these days we'll talk more about why I'm calling it the docking station. So there's a reason behind my madness of calling it a docking station. And I will definitely get into the reason why. So, but anyway, I just want to let you know about the new onboard tire compressor. Now this will be basically an individual wheel. So it'll be actually two compressors. There's one on each wheel. So it'll be a custom made wheel, and it's going to be exactly like the OEM, a replica of the OEM. We have to completely redo the wheel completely. The complete wheel has to be redesigned inside and where the spokes are and all that, completely redesigned. But the exterior is going to look exactly like an OEM, and it's going to be available in chrome and just black, just like your stock. So anything we do is disguise. All our accessories and all our stuff is like, I don't want the product to be noticed. Like You don't know that you have that compressor on board. You can't even tell. You wouldn't be able to tell at all because the wheel is going to look like any other wheel. There's absolutely nothing that you can tell. You might spot the little wire that's going towards the axle, but you know it's not any bigger than a light wire. So I mean there's no fittings or no nothing. So the wheel will look very disguised. So nobody will even know this is an inflatable wheel, a wheel that will inflate its own tire. It's a self-inflatable wheel. It's a wheel that will inflate its own tire. Period. That's what it is. An inflatable wheel. And I designed this wheel, and it's going to be in the market hopefully by next year. I have enough material to make the prototype, and I got all the proper junk to actually make one, and to bring it into the prototype. I got a lot of junk, so that's all going to be made with salvageable material. And the cost will come up later when we do find out exactly what's involved as far as like all of it is already done. I did all the figures and the calculations. It's all done. It's all on paper now. Now we have to take that from paper to an actual product to see if it's going to work. How well the wheel is going to be able to hold the pressure. Maybe if the wheel leaks. Let's say if the wheel leaks, and we're assessing the wheel will probably leak about a pound a day, the wheel itself, because it's a porous wheel. It's not really, and we could solve that problem if we thought it was a problem by sealing, but I don't think it's a problem, because just the mere fact that the pump would get to start at least for 30 seconds a day, every day, is actually good for the pump. It's a good thing for the pump to be active, every once in a while, just fire it up just to see if it runs good, and it gives it a chance to to self-lubricate itself, and keeps it from seizing up, because if the pump doesn't work for a long time, I mean it's going to seize up. So I don't look at that as a disadvantage of the lack of sealability of the rim itself, because the rim itself is porous unless you want to completely change the complete dies and everything and stuff like that. But we're going to be using a stock wheel, and we're going to remachine the stock wheel and do some welding and some modification to a stock wheel. Maybe later on we could actually produce a complete wheel from scratch, but right now we could just use a regular Harley wheel, and they're nice wheels, and they're good Harley wheels, and they'll be just modified, and it's not going to show. Anyway, that's what's in the brew right now, and ride safe, and the season is just about done now, and the Princess, and like I'm heading right now to Daytona, so this is hopefully that I'll see all of you in Daytona. So I was supposed to be left yesterday, so I have a few things that I want to iron out, so I'll hope to be there for sure this week. So all right, get you all later. Bye for now.